Hi, everybody. Today I'd like to start a new series in conjunction with my upcoming birthday here on February 28th. A little more about my life, about the things I'm proud of and the things I'm ashamed of. And I'd like to begin with something I should be ashamed of, but I'm actually proud of. And this subject I'm going to call How I Cheated a Bank Out of $117,000. Now, this will be easy for Americans to understand, but maybe not foreign people because of the financial program I'm going to talk about. But in the United States, there's this thing called reverse mortgages. It's where older people can take a loan out against the value of their house. It's basically like another mortgage, except you're giving the house to the bank and they're not expecting you to repay it. And when you die, they take possession of your house. Well, my mother and stepfather had done exactly that. However, they did it a little different. They didn't take the full value of their property. They only took $25,000 loan. Uh, and then came the banking crisis. I believe it affected the whole world, but more so in America. And the banks were very desperate. So, fast forward a couple years to when my mother passes, and my stepfather's in a nursing home. Somehow they had signed to the bank to give them the full value of the house, 117,000, even though one was not alive and the other one was incapacitated. So basically what this means is this is what we call a robo signing. The banks, knowing that nobody would contest the signing, illegally forged a signature to get the full value of the house. If they would not do this, the heir, which was my daughter, would only have to pay back $25,000 and a reasonable amount of interest, 8%. Okay? So, of course, I didn't know about this. I knew about the $25,000 loan. So, fast forward to about a half a year after my mother dies and my stepfather passes away. 2 days after he passed away, there were people with a moving van trying to get into the house in question and remove all the belongings. They don't have a right to the belongings, firstly. Okay? So I stayed there for another 2 years. During this 2 years, I tried to contact them to make repayment because my parents had taken a $40,000 life insurance policy out and put it in the name of my daughter, and I was the trustee for it with instructions to either give the money towards her education or to repay this loan. So I was trying to repay this loan and I'm getting the runaround. So finally, one day they come and attempt to evict me. Yeah. And they produce all these papers where they paid $117,000 to my parents. That there were two installments made, one for 25,000, and then later for the rest, the remainder of the 17,000. I noticed the date and I saw that my mother had died, but I also saw her signature on a piece of paper, and I knew at that time exactly what had happened because it was well publicized what the banks were doing. So I did a little bit of robo signing myself, and I had forged my stepfather's signature where he had made me a 100-year lease, which they had to honor. you have to honor the leases. So basically what happened then is that I took it to court, and they said they have to honor the lease. And then 2 months later, the bank came to me and said, hey, come up with $7,000 and you can have the house. So you can see where this is dishonest and I should be ashamed, but I'm proud of it because I stuck it to the worst, most evil bank in the United States, maybe the world, the Bank of America. They have nothing to do with the American government or the American people. It's just their moniker. It's just their name. Like American Express or American Airlines. It has nothing to do with the country. And I stuck it to them for, about $110,000. And that's my first story of what I'm proud of. Even though I should be ashamed, I'm not. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, ask me any question you want, and if you have some extra pennies laying around, please donate. I thank you for all the people who donated in the past.